Hey guys, Offroad MudMowers. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys my 50-mile-per-hour lawnmower. Enjoy! Not mint. Mint. So here's the 50-mile-per-hour tractor I've been working on. If you go to the back, it's a Noma tractor. The engine says it's a 94. So whole tractor's about 94. It's got this pretty powerful 18 horsepower twin. It's a 42 cubic inch. Nice thing is, it's got the 3-bolt wall carb, but not only that, it's also got the adjustable jet heel on the front there that adjusts the fuel ratio, which is very nice to have on these. So that's a nice carb. Some things I had to do to the engine to get it run better was clean the carb out, and I also had to replace the ignition coil on it. And I'm noticing, I think both sides actually are fouling out the spark plugs. I've had it happen about 2 times already, so it's a little bit worn out of an engine, as you see when I'm driving it. 18-inch back tires, 16-inch front tires. These are stock. It came with about 20-inch, but no, it actually came with 23-inch because it had an 820. I slapped these 20 inches on, and then I put those on. So I'll put the 20 inches on soon, not today, but that would definitely get me some more top speed. I could also put some 23-inch tires on it, which would get a noticeable amount of top speed. Got this gas pedal here. Like I always do, this is the stock hand throttle from up in here. Took it out. I could have cut this cable down a little bit, but wasn't in the rush to, so press that down. It's got a zip tie holding it from the tire. It gets clamped with 2 hose clamps to the the intake manifold. And we go over here. You can see it operates the carburetor without doing the governor. There's that, and it just goes into this plastic elbow here. So that's the really simple gas pedal. The thing I didn't like is it had this clutch on the wrong side. I mean, it's not really the wrong side, but usually the gas pedal, I'd put it right about here. Now for the other side, I'm going to show you guys. Like I said, there's the Peerless 800. I'll show you guys the gear flip that I've done inside of it in a little bit here. No brakes hooked up, of course. You don't need those brakes. Actually, I'm going to be hooking those up quite soon, but they're kind of rusted. So anyways, there's a 6-inch pulley up there, which runs to a installed. I installed that idler, I installed this one, and this is the original clutch one. So that moves like that. It is kind of bent, so it's kind of making a pretty big rub there. I'll probably bend that out before I take it out. There's that. I'll give you guys a clutch demonstration. And the problem is with that 5 or 6-inch pulley, so it's about 1-to-1, which means that spins about 4,000 RPMs. This pulley will hit the bigger engine pulley, so that's why it's getting bent. But anyways, I think it's a 91-inch belt on there. It's actually looking pretty decent, but I'm noticing, as you guys can see, it's really loose. So I'm going to install a second spring because this one doesn't even look like it has tension on it. Like I said, I had an internal Transaxle speed up. It's very simple. This is a Peerless 930 case. I've got a bunch of cases here. That's actually for the 4x4. But these are Peerless 930s. I'm not sure if they're the exact same as a 920, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not. So the only thing is the 920 has a big differential bearing on it. So this gear, this is the shifting fork shaft. This one actually has 4 on it, which is nice. If I go ahead and take that out, mind that there's not all the brass bushings in here. So this gear here, there's actually a smaller gear in there. I think it's a 16 tooth, and then there's the bigger gear. So the 16 tooth gear originally with the splines would have been on this shaft, like stock. And this is like a, just maybe a pinion gear. That takes the power from here, lowers the speed a little bit, and then transfers it to your bolt gear. What I've done is take the gear that just sits on the shaft, on this gear. This is where it contacts the differential. This is where this big gear would have sat on. If I was to press this gear right out, this big gear would fit on this here. So what I've done is, instead of having like that and having these spots where this gear can fit on, I flipped it around so I get more contact over here, and there's still about half contact. I get about half of that and half of this over here, but it really doesn't matter that these are missing, because it's still the same thickness of teeth down in there, and it meshes quite tightly in there too, so that's fine. So I put this gear in on the front. After it's been, you just take this gear, I put it on here, and I put a hose clamp on just to hold it on, stuck it in a lathe, and ground it down with a grinder. And then you can press fit it on there. You can weld it on there, you can do whatever you want. I'd suggest you get it so it barely fits in there, and you just hit it with a hammer. You don't want to go too tight, because this is hardened steel, and you could run the chance of cracking this hardened steel. So now, instead of having a 3-to-1, this would spin 3 times, I get 1 revolution over here. This would spin 1 time now, and this would spin 3 times. So that is a very, very fast speed up. I've seen people just weld gears on these shafts, weld them over here. It's kind of complicated to do that. You don't have, I guess you got some room back here. This way it takes about 5 minutes. You cut that gear down just a little bit, hammer it on there, you're all good. No welder needed, no nothing. Super simple. Other than that, it's pretty much bone stock. Underneath the seat as well, the battery would have gone. I've cut a hole in there or two because it makes it easier getting the pulleys on and off. You know, stock dashboard. The key is not hooked up because there's no battery in it. Gas tank's right there. Stock muffler with a couple holes I drilled in it to get some better sound. hood bell on it now. See, there's actually headlights in it. They'll get brighter when the gas is pushed down. I even got a battery in it. Of course it didn't take a charge, but it's still in there. That's all good. I'll get a better battery for it soon. But here's a picture of it hitting 49 miles per hour. That's pretty impressive from a nearly stock lawnmower. And that's only with the 18-inch tires. So the 20 inches will definitely get that past 50. In a couple episodes, we'll put the 20 inches on it. And we'll do a couple of steering upgrades. I gotta get a new ball joint for that. I'm gonna get a Heim joint instead. Do a lot more upgrades in it. There's still a few more upgrades we can do to it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video of MudMowers, and stay tuned for more.